This is day 57, the weight we learn to carry. There's a quiet truth that lives beneath the surface of everyday life. It waits for us to grow still enough to hear it. It whispers that life is struggle, not as punishment, not as failure, but simply as the fabric of existence. For a long time, many of us try to outrun this truth. We imagine that strength means escaping difficulty. We imagine a future where the road smooths out and the storms finally pause. We imagine that the wise and strong feel less pain than the rest of us. Yet life has a way of teaching differently. One day you notice something. You notice that the people you admire are not the ones who avoided struggle. They are the ones who learned to hold it. Their eyes carry depth. Their voices carry steadiness. Their hearts carry marks that did not break them, but widened them. They discovered a kind of strength that does not come from resistance. It comes from capacity. There's a line I wrote once a few years ago. Life is struggle, and the more you know about it, the more you take on, the more you will have to increase your capacity for sorrow. At first, this felt like a warning. Later, it felt like an invitation, and eventually it felt like just truth. Because every time life expands, sorrow arrives in new shapes. When you love more deeply, you feel more deeply. When you dream bigger, you risk more. When you take on responsibility, you inherit the weight that comes with it. This is not a sign of misdirection. This is a sign that your world is growing. Struggle is not the enemy. The belief that you should not struggle is the enemy. There is a moment in every life when the fight against difficulty becomes its own burden. You get tired of pushing away the very things that are shaping you. You get tired of pretending that sorrow is a mistake or that discomfort is proof of weakness, so you just stop. Not in defeat, but in awakening. You stop resisting. You breathe. You let the weight in, not recklessly, but willingly. And then something shifts. You find that the heart can stretch farther than ever imagined before. You learn that capacity is not fixed. You learn that sorrow does not crush a person who chooses to grow larger than the sorrow itself. You learn that acceptance is a kind of alchemy. It turns struggle into strength. It turns heaviness into depth. It turns fear into understanding. This is the quiet strength of a person who no longer runs from life. They walk into it, open-handed. They trust their ability to expand. They trust that the soul grows the way a tree grows, ring by ring, around every trial that it survives. A life without struggle would be a life without shape. A life without sorrow would be a life without depth. A life without weight would be a life without meaning. So we learn to carry what comes. We learn to expand our capacity. We learn that true strength is not a wall that keeps struggle out. True strength is a heart large enough to hold it. And as our capacity grows, something beautiful happens. Life does not get easier. We simply become more capable of having life, more love, more risk, more hope, more depth, and more meaning. This is the path of realistic growth. Not shiny, not idealistic, but real. And real is always where transformation begins.